Hello, good morning. Feeling like shit today, so I picked a boring topic. So if the video is not good, at least I won't have like a wasted a valuable subject. I ate some sugar last night and I'm not used to it, so every time I do, then I wake up like almost kind of hangover. Anyway, I wanted to talk about today about shopping in RPGs, and there's something like I got to say. I hate the shopping session. Don't fucking like unless something is gonna happen. Don't roleplay the shopping session. Hello, mages. How are you doing today? Hello, crafting gamer. Thank you for joining. Like role playing, like you're supposed to have like drama and to have conflict and stuff like that. You're supposed to you're telling a story. Like think about a movie. You won't unless like you're doing like a certain type of movie, which is like slice of life movie and stuff like that, which we don't tend to do in role playing. I guess you could do if you want. If that's what you're after, then maybe what I'm going to talk about today doesn't apply. You have to know that. But yeah, like in an action movie or stuff like you wouldn't follow like the guy going and go buy some oranges and then some milk, and unless something is gonna happen or unless you're building attentions like that, like if it's establishing at the beginning of the movie, but once okay we know who the guy is, then you can just like skip that. And I think in role playing game, like sometimes like I would watch those live play session, and you would have like a whole, like even in Critical Role they did that sometime, like a whole episode that is just like, oh, that is a shopping episode, and we want to watch that. And then you have like, oh, they're the voice actors, so you got like now like Matt Mercer is doing this he's creating this funny character, like this funny I guess for some, not for me, I find it pretty annoying, but like shopkeeper, and then like the party have interaction with shopkeeper, and oh hello, how you doing, oh with your family, and like oh what is this do you have like a nice knife for me, and it's like no, you just go buy stuff, and it's you can just like abstract it. Your topic is well timed. I'm just writing up a recap wherein the player wanted to roleplay with a shopkeep, and thus reaction were rolled, turning up a hostile response. I guess that's a way to do it. You know, if you don't want the shopping session to be boring, yeah, let's. If you want to bargain stuff like that, there's also reason to do it for that. Like if like the players are into like, but it all depends. If you try to buy something specific, something special, then it's fine. You can have the roleplay session. If the whole party goes together, you can have the roleplay session with the shopkeeper. But like the guy just, oh, I lost my knife in the last when we are in the dungeon. I want to go get a new knife. You can just go get a new knife. You know, we don't have to. And also, like I say that, don't tell me like as a GM, oh, I want to go get a new knife. Like, who are you fucking telling you that? Who you're telling that to? You know, you're there with your party. Maybe you just arrive in town from the dungeon. There's the inn there by the entrance of the town. So now the characters are talking amongst each other. Let's go book a room in town, like so we can rest a bit before going back on adventure, whatever they say. And that's the time for your character to the party, like, you know what? You go do that. I'll go see if I can find a new knife. Then as a GM, I know, well, okay, that's what you're doing. Like you leave and you go get a new knife. Maybe like a member of the party can say, you know what, I'll go with you. I need some spur, whatever. I don't know why. Silly example. And then you can like keep the session with the characters going for the inn doing. If you just want to abstract, if there's two of them, then maybe it's more you want to role play. But like if it's a guy who goes alone, nobody wants to go do the shopping, nobody needs anything, maybe you just say, okay, you go you get a new knife. That's it, you got a new knife. Doesn't matter. But like those session, like where oh, we brought some loot from the dungeon, I'm gonna try to sell it, and then I'm gonna try to bargain. Like I find those so boring. Good day, GM Johnny. How you doing? Haggling, selling loot, etc. is fine. I generally agree with you though. When buying mundane supply, just abstract your gold and assume it's done. Yeah, you can just say like you can just go back to the player that the character that went on its own to buy a knife and just say like, okay, you got a knife, it cost you that much. And then hopefully the character is gonna say, okay, now I'm gonna go back to the inn, and then they can go back to role play with the other characters. And if you do want to roleplay this, also like if you do insist on role playing the session, think about when you go buy something in real life, like something mundane. You know, it's not like sometimes the players want to roll. You say, okay, we're gonna stay in role play the whole time. We're gonna stay in character, talking character and stuff like that. And then they go in the shopkeeper and then try to do small talk and conversation, and they draw the scene out. Like, would you do that? You go like to the gas station to buy some gum. You just put the pack of gum on the table. The cashier tell you how much. You give the money and you leave. Why now you're in the role playing game, and now because you want to show you're a role player, you're gonna say like you're gonna talk about all kind of inconsequential, irrelevant stuff, inconsequential stuff, and you just draw out the scene. If you if you got like one thing you could do, because I say don't role play the shopping session unless something happen. Then if you have a role play session that happen, that you can make something happen. If you're like a on the fly GM, if you're not trying to put your party through like a pre-written story, like you shouldn't. But then maybe like okay, you notice that there's a man that seemed to be following you, whatever. Just like put something there that happened, like make it some drama, some adventure. You want to go shopping on your own, and that's what you want to do at the session. Well, we're gonna do something with the session. We're gonna make something happen. We're gonna make some drama come true. Or you can have I think that's what the mage's saying there. Or even better, have the player do their shopping for standard gear before the session start, only buying in game specialized gear. They need for that's about basically what I was about to say. You can do the shopping as well in between session. You can just say like, especially if it's at an end of an event, I cannot speak today. If it's an end at an adventure, at the end of an adventure, and I can need to slow down, and which is going to coincide with the end of a session, the party come back to town, and then they're going to go in the inn, and then it's probably going to be a good time to stop for the night. Then you can just say, if you want to buy stuff, like there's the price list, and then in the next session you've done your shopping. Maybe some time has gone by because you're going to stay in that town for a few days because you need to heal up some wounds, stuff like that. Then you can take up the shopping session. Torchbearer deal with it because Torchbearer is really a game that is about like dungeon delving. So it is assumed that everything that happened in town is kind of abstracted. You just like do some rolls. Okay, you found some stuff, you spent some resource, you sold your loot. Then we can go back to the dungeon delving, which for that type of game is great. And if you want to do like depending on the where you are in your play, if you're more into if you're low level and you're still in the dungeon delving phase of the game, then yeah, you can abstract more because like the player are not known, they're nobody, there's nothing gonna happen really around them. When the player gets higher level, when the player gets a reputation, stuff like that, you got more chances for stuff to happen because like, yeah, that's where like they made enemies along the way. They are known. There are people that want stuff from them. Maybe that's when some peasant is gonna run into one of the characters and recognize him and ask him for some favor. Then you can have like more stuff to happen there. But I was just like, I don't know why I was talking about that. I was thinking about those shopping sessions where like they're just like Yeah, they just go into the store and they're just there like browsing and asking, "Oh, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have this?" Like in my opinion, that gets so much in the way of what is actually what the game should be about. Hey, Charlotte, been a while since I've seen you. Good day. It's pretty early where you are. Yeah, so I don't know. That's about what I want to talk about. Like just like the shopping session. Abstract it if nothing is gonna happen, or if you want to role play it out, have something happen. And if you insist on staying on character and stuff like that, don't overdo it. Make it like a normal shopping experience. If it's on the equipment list, it's available. No need to micromanage. Yeah, especially if you're like in a big city and stuff like that, you can find it. If you're in a small town, maybe like, or maybe there is not like a um, maybe there is not somebody that's gonna make like great sword, whatever, or a full plate armor. Maybe there's nobody doing that there. Good equipment list have a tier, like oh, it's gonna be available in this level of city, this level of town, stuff like that. Yeah, do keep the ball behind me strong. I know some people say you shouldn't. You should always unstring your bow. There's a debate on that. That's a bit of topic, but like it's equipment. Now, like the if you ask engineer about this kind of stuff, they're gonna tell you that when when the bow is strong, the system is balanced. It's when you draw it and you release it that you include stress in the system, and that's what causes wear and tear. Keeping a bow strong doesn't like it's every time that you draw it and you release it, that's where like the string's gonna get loose, the limb are gonna have like get worn. But when the system is balanced, it's like a spring. You can keep a spring compressed, you can keep a spring extended, it won't move. But every time you do compress it or do extend it, then that's where it wear and tear. That's the same thing like people say with guns, oh, you shouldn't keep your gun cocked or whatever because like the spring is gonna get tired. No, actually, spring get tired when there's motion in there. Like that's when the balance is changed. So, but it's there's debate there. Yeah, it's all right. I know like I'm in Eastern time and you're in the Pacific there, so that's all right. I understand that. Conversely, as you say, RPing the shopping can have purpose, information, plot hook, streamer, etc. All of that can be used to eliminate the banality of shopping roleplay. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. If you're gonna go roleplay the shopping session, make it matter. You will be offended if a new shopkeeper turn up in my game, Mr. Max. The no nonsense shopkeepers. Any attempt to engage will be met with buy or get out. Yeah, that's I wouldn't be offended. Mr. Max, the no nonsense shopkeep. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck you want to know about me? Like, you want to buy something? I'm not here for chit chat. I got especially like if you're in a medieval setting and stuff like that. They're craftsmen and they're artisan, and yeah, maybe they're passionate about their job, but most likely it's just a job. And now you show up at their stand. Not only are they're selling, they're probably also crafting the thing they're selling. And so you kind of interrupt them in their craft while you shop. If you stop and you stop asking like 20 questions, they say, well, you know what, I'm working on something right here. If you want to buy something and then get out. If you don't want to buy something, well, get out. Because that's how it goes. If you're in a more modern setting where like the like it's a store clerk, they're pretty apathetic people. They don't want to engage with they don't want to engage with the random people, unless maybe if you're very charismatic and attractive and stuff like that, and you start like flirting with the. But again, that it's kind of boring play, and it's oftentimes also like the other players are gonna sit there with their cock in their hand, just like doing nothing. RPing the shopping process can have your players run afoul of a vindictive merchant. Maybe it turns out to be well connected and get what passes for the local thieves guild to target you. Yeah, but that's almost a way to desensitize the people from role playing the shopping session. If every time they role play, like you're gonna have like something happen that is the negative and stuff like that. But or you can do like, you come to pay and you realize that your purse is gone, whatever. But how many times have you seen like, we just thrown on this random character that's meant to be a shopkeep, and it became like a favorite of the player, and then the player always want to go back to it. You say like, maybe you like that, maybe you're having fun with that, maybe that's interacting with this random shopkeep is fun for your group, and all right, that's how you like to play. That's fair. For me, like it's always been like when I'm in a group when as a player with somebody that always want to do this big scene with the shopkeep and stuff like that. That feel like almost like the improv guy, like the wannabe actor. Now he got his chance now to do some in character talk with this shopkeep, and he's gonna am it up and stuff like that. And so like, get to the point. Like what you here to, like, yeah, having the no nonsense rough up shopkeeper thing. What do you want now? What are you bothering me for? Yeah. You keep a strong bow on the shelf counter, which he'll use to shoot your ass if you bother him. Yeah, exactly. You want you yeah, if you take too long, let's see if you can outrun the arrow. Kidding aside, all in all, I agree with you. I don't mind role-playing shopping, but not for the sake of superficial roleplay. Having a purpose make it much less cringeworthy. Yeah, I think that's what I want to say about it, about that today. It's just like, that's I'm all for roleplay. Roleplay is getting into the mindset of your character and interacting with other character. That's when roleplay happen. Well, it can happen when you're alone, like if you just like describe what your character do and what his intention is and what you're trying to achieve, but like, yeah, this like you in a way you're trying to have a story happen, and if no story is gonna happen in the shop, think about it in a movie. You're gonna see a character go buy something, you're probably just gonna go see him leave the shop with the stuff he bought, and then you can understand, okay, he bought an orange, feeling like eating orange now. So you leave the store, or you went and buy flowers. Leave a flower shop, and you got a book like a bunch of flowers in his hand, and it can be the same in roleplay. Maybe they can stop mugging, make an ally in a merchant or another Tony. Yeah, that's what I was saying a bit earlier. If you want to do that, make something happen. But that again, you can only do that sparingly. You can do that once in a while, and especially if the whole party is going, or if maybe half the party is going, then yeah, maybe have something happen because you can have some interaction there. But if just like one of the member of the party are going to go buy shoes, then all right, you get new shoes. Whatever. Congratulations. I have played in scale-based game where every interaction required a skill roll relevant to purchasing item. Gotta exercise those skills. A failure can mean no more purchase. I hate it. It's like when you roll to purchase. Roll like roll a, like I've seen those games where you can where like resources or a dice roll, like money is abstracted, like in Burning Wheel. That's what it is. Money is abstracted. You have like you can make a roll to buy something, but they generally doesn't like they generally like say to not role play those shopping session. Like that's what the roll is for. You want to get something, you roll for it. If it's like you got certain level of resource, I forgot exactly the exact detail. You got a certain level of resource. If something is below your level of resource, it's kind of like logarithmic. So if something is below your level of resource, you want to get it, you can just get it. If something is at your level of resource, you can roll, and you can stretch yourself, but then that's gonna lower your resource. I don't remember exactly but like there's this way to do it if you want. Here's something I'm creating: a chef character class for my game book, and the class grant bonuses, therefore RP in the marketplace makes sense as looking for particular ingredient you thought. If you when you do that, think about what the rest of the party, the other player, is gonna do. That's what I would say. Sometimes like it can seem like a good idea, but you want to get the players out there. You want to get the characters out there where the adventure is. The adventure is not going to happen in the kitchen. The adventure is not going to happen like on the marketplace. Well, in the marketplace can be a place for adventure because a lot can happen there. But it's not like the shopping session is not the adventure. That's what I would say about that. The important thing is that the shopkeeper have a 30-page backstory, and you have to present it all to your players. When they walk into the shop, you have to describe like all what's on the shelf, and how the door frame is worn, and how polished is the doorknob, and how big is the shop, and if there's other people in the shop. There's never other people in the shop because that would be too much. And then you have to describe how the shopkeep is dressed, and you have to make a funny accent for him, and you have to present all his backstory because he come in with a limp, and then it's those old war day when I took an arrow in the knee, because he used to be an adventurer as well. Yeah. Thanks for the love. Yeah, exactly. Everything in a proper narrative must have the purpose. Yeah, every little scene in a film or passage in a book. If not, then it's superfluous and must be rude. There's a saying that I like quite a bit. It's a saying in design, but it also applies very well in stories. Like something is perfect, not when there's nothing more you can add, but when there's nothing more you can cut. Think about that. You want to go to the essential, like the adding stuff, adding feature, adding idea is easy. What you want is to narrow it down and like make it like pure and simple and bring it down to its essence. I'm a shopkeep like my father and his father before him. It's a family tradition where 30 page of dreary family trivia. And so yes, that's why I can sell iron. Exactly. It can also have a purpose if you're careful about it. Maybe the goblins that have taken up residence in the local ruins have abducted the merchant or have been raiding the tawny farms. It can all have like it cannot have all a purpose, because otherwise it become like in a way nonsensical, because like there needs to be, for the world to be believable, there need to be shopping session or like shopping experience that are very mundane, that are just like you go and you buy something. If every time you go and buy something happen, it's gonna break the very similitude of the world. It can have some time, but it's something that has to be used with parsimony. Savage World as an optional abstract wealth system like that. Yeah, I'm not against those abstract wealth system. I know some people like to do the penny-con thing. To be honest, I can go back and forth on it, like one way or the other. I'm all right with both. it's not something that I have strong feeling one way or the other. I'm neutral. Tell my wife I say I. Traveler, I have them role play it. If the players tries lowering the price through role play, do the role. I have them actually talk around to find armor and weapon. If they like when you go with armor and weapon, depending on the world as well, if those are things that are more unusual, then there might be a reason to role play it. Also, if the people like to haggle a lot, and that's also like something to decide in your because like there's a cultural thing. Like here in the West, people don't tend to haggle. You don't go like to the hardware store and start to haggle for the price of your screwdriver, you know. But if you're like in a bazaar in there's a bazaar in Baghdad, it's just like a magic card, the trope. Then yeah, in some culture you're gonna haggle much more. That you should haggle, but like if you're in traveler and it's like the future, I don't know. I guess it would depend on the world and the culture you're in, and that can also be like something that if you have like the gruff merchant, the players start to haggle in one roll. Like, the merchant can just say like, the price written is the price it is. Go fuck yourself. You know, I'm not happy with that. That's role play, right there. That's it. It's all it needs to be. Oh, you think we should describe how good the shopkeep polishes the stuff? No, the knob is polished by all the customer coming in. It's a brass doorknob. You can say they are painting of pastoral country setting, but explaining the detail of a specific meal in a painting will ensure a group obsess over it. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point as well. What you put detail about even just saying like, oh, there's a painting of like some pastoral scene. I guess you just, if you add the sum, it kind of like like it show that, oh, that's not important, don't worry about it, so that you have like some clue wall like that. But yeah, if you start describing something like if you obsess on a little detail that would be unimportant, you're making it important. That's always something to consider as well. I think I said about yeah, with the polishing doorknob, about wow. I think that's about what I wanted to say about today. Like, I'm just like, I don't know why I was talking about that. I was just saying, like, well, shopping, maybe because I went shopping yesterday. I don't know, which is not something I do often. But yeah, the shopping session, like, I find it just like, and you see that when you watch those D&D player like doing the live play, like if you watch a campaign, it's like that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I did watch the quite a few episode of Critical Role quite a while ago. I was kind of studying game design then, and I wanted to. I found like there it was interesting to watch because you could really see like where the game slowed down, where did the player struggle. It give you a vision for a different group and people that are supposedly good at it and stuff like that. And then you see like, man, they have to add like 3 dice together, and then the game has to stop because it takes them like 5 minutes to do the math. So I thought it was I watched a few episodes like kind of like and looking at the mechanics at 5e as well, because they were playing, that was the game they was playing, and where they would get confused, get stuff wrong. I always thought like this. I think that's actually a good purpose of a let's play, when you want to kind of study a game for the game, for its design, like kind of like an academic kind of a setting. You can get the idea of what's the hookup, you know, what's not so smooth with the game. If you always have the risk for the player doing battle with the dreaded gazebo, if so, you should probably skip it. As a funny 4chan story, if you don't know what that is. Some player like come into a clearing in the wood and they see a gazebo, and one of the player have no idea what a gazebo is, and he make a old, like, you think a gazebo is some sort of monster, so he tried to fight the gazebo, and the GM just said, no, it's a gazebo, and then I shoot an arrow on it. All right, you hit it, and then there's a gazebo with an arrow in it. Does it do anything? No, it's a gazebo. And it's funny because like the player never asked. Actually, he doesn't know what a gazebo is. Clearly, never asked what a gazebo is. It's classic. Hey, Shadow, how you doing? It's early in the same time as Charlotte, I guess. Yeah. Well, I was about to wrap that up. You came in just a bit late. I always try to wrap up in around noon, because my idea of those streams was like I would go on about 25 minutes, and then I would go on about 25 minutes, and then like if Angar, because Angar usually stream at noon, but he hasn't been streaming since I've started that, so I don't know what's up with that. I wonder, was that exactly like I think at some point the GM got sick of it, and that's kind of what he did. He just decided, well, I don't remember exactly how it ends, but yeah, if they're gonna insist on fighting the gazebo, well, okay, then make the gazebo fight back, I guess. Yeah, they think it's some kind of a beast that DM made up. Then when they destroy the reminisce about the time they lynched the Davenport. Isn't Davenport like a piece of furniture? Oh, you just got there, Bleaker? You want us to start over? Like I said at the beginning, like I'm not feeling well today because like I ate sugar last night and I'm not used to it. So I do that like the next day I feel like I'm hangover. So that's why like I misspeak a lot and I get all like flustered, and I got like the rosy cheek. Yeah, sugar's bad for you. A Davenport is a fancy word for a couch or a sofa. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like it's like a specific type of couch. All right, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Thank you for the people that show up. That's what I want to say. Like, just don't spend like a whole session doing the shopping. Like avoid those shopping sessions. You want to buy something mundane, you just buy it. If you want to buy something and want to do roleplay with the shopkeeper, don't try to make it a scene. You know, it's transition. Yeah, you're just like you're not there to chat with the shopkeeper. If the players want to do those roleplay session, don't avoid, like, you understand that the shopkeeper, like, oh, okay, that's something I need to say before leaving there. Remember that the shopkeeper don't exist in the world to serve the party, the players, the characters, the PCs. That's something important I have to say, that I should have like open with. The shopkeeper, they don't exist to serve the PCs. They have their own life, they have their own thing. When the PC come, they're a customer. Maybe they're a well-paying customer if they've come a lot. But that's something important to remember as well. So if the PCs goes and they start wasting the time of the shopkeeper is gonna get annoyed, and they're gonna say, you know, you got work to do. So yeah, that's the important thing to talk about. It wasn't my best video, Bleaker. You can, if you want to replay it, I appreciate it, because I always appreciate the watch time. And well, then you can let me know down below in the comment what you think, and people that watch later on the VOD as well. Thank you for watching. Have a good day and take care. See you all. I'll see you on a Friday. Oh, just also one thing, on Saturday at 1500 EDT, so 3 p.m. Eastern time for American, I'll do an RPG design talk with John Torres, the basic expert. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a fun one. So, but before that, I'll probably do again like at 5 past noon on Friday, another stream like that, and hopefully I'm gonna be in a better situation there. I'll try to stay off sugar. Man, this thing is nasty. All right, take care, guys. Have a good day.